The Rosicrucians, a mystical and esoteric society originating in early 17th century Europe, have long been associated with hidden wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and an intricate tapestry of religious symbolism. This secretive group, often linked to alchemical practices and a profound understanding of the divine, interwove elements from Christianity, hermeticism, and other mystical traditions into their belief system. Their teachings and symbols reflect an aspirational journey towards self-transcendence and unity with the divine, a pursuit they considered the highest form of human existence. The Rosicrucians used sacred texts, symbolic imagery, and secretive rituals to communicate these profound spiritual ideas, often cloaking them in allegories and metaphors to veil their knowledge from the uninitiated. At the heart of Rosicrucian symbolism lies the rose and the cross, their most recognized emblem. The rose, a symbol of purity, love, and divine wisdom, represents the soul's unfolding spiritual journey. Its petals, often depicted as unfolding layers, signify the gradual awakening of consciousness and the quest for enlightenment. The cross, on the other hand, represents the material world and the struggles of earthly existence. Together, the rose and the cross symbolize the union of spirit and matter, the reconciliation of divine and earthly realms, and the transformative journey toward self-realization. This emblem underscores the Rosicrucian belief that spiritual growth necessitates confronting and transcending worldly limitations, embodying the concept of dying to the self to be reborn into higher awareness. The Rosicrucian manifestos, including the Fama Fraternitatis, Confessio Fraternitatis, and Chemical Wedding of Christian Rosenkreuz, serve as foundational texts rich in religious and mystical symbolism. These texts blend allegory and spiritual instruction, offering insights into the group's philosophy. The Fama Fraternitatis, for instance, outlines the mythical origin of the Rosicrucians, portraying them as a brotherhood dedicated to spiritual enlightenment and the betterment of humanity. It emphasizes themes of divine revelation and the interconnectedness of all things, asserting that true knowledge is revealed through communion with the divine. Similarly, the Confessio Fraternitatis expands on these ideas, promoting the pursuit of wisdom through humility, devotion, and moral purity. These texts often reference biblical and hermetic symbols, bridging Christian teachings with esoteric traditions to create a syncretic framework for spiritual exploration. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rosicrucian symbolism is their use of alchemical imagery. Alchemy, a mystical tradition often misunderstood as merely an attempt to transform base metals into gold, serves as a metaphor for spiritual transformation in Rosicrucian thought. The alchemical process symbolizes the purification of the soul, the shedding of material attachments, and the attainment of divine wisdom. The stages of alchemical transformation, nigredo, blackening, albedo, whitening, citrinitas, yellowing, and rubedo, reddening, parallel the stages of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The Rosicrucians saw the alchemical journey as a path to self-discovery and unity with the divine, with the philosopher's stone representing the ultimate realization of spiritual perfection. Another critical component of Rosicrucian religious symbolism is their belief in the secret chiefs, or higher spiritual beings who guide the fraternity's practices. These entities, often described as ascended masters or enlightened souls, are thought to act as intermediaries between the divine and humanity. The Rosicrucians believed that these secret chiefs imparted hidden wisdom and spiritual guidance to those deemed worthy, enabling them to advance in their spiritual journey. This belief underscores the group's emphasis on humility and readiness, suggesting that divine knowledge is granted only to those who have purified themselves and are prepared to receive it. Rosicrucian practices also emphasize the symbolism of light and darkness, a duality that reflects the interplay between ignorance and knowledge, materiality and spirituality. Light, a universal symbol of divine presence, represents enlightenment, truth, and the divine spark within each individual. Darkness, conversely, symbolizes ignorance, confusion, and separation from the divine. This dualistic imagery aligns with the group's focus on personal transformation, urging members to seek the light of divine wisdom to dispel the darkness of ignorance. The Rosicrucians believed that this process required inner reflection, meditation, and the cultivation of virtues such as compassion, humility, and patience. The Rosicrucian use of sacred geometry further demonstrates their profound engagement with religious symbolism. Sacred geometric patterns, such as the pentagram, hexagram, and the circle, are prevalent in their teachings and rituals. These shapes, considered to possess intrinsic spiritual power, symbolize the harmony and order of the cosmos. For example, the pentagram, a five-pointed star, represents the integration of spirit and matter, as well as the microcosm of the human being, reflecting the macrocosm of the universe. The hexagram, or the Star of David, signifies the union of opposites, such as male and female or spirit and matter, embodying the concept of divine harmony. These geometric symbols serve as visual representations of spiritual truths, offering initiates a means to contemplate the mysteries of existence and their place within the divine order. The Rosicrucians also drew heavily from Christian symbolism, interpreting traditional Christian themes in esoteric ways. The crucifixion and resurrection of Christ, for instance, were seen as allegories for the spiritual death and rebirth experienced by those who undergo the transformative journey of enlightenment. Similarly, the Eucharist was reimagined as a symbol of the inner communion between the human soul and the divine. This reinterpretation of Christian symbolism reflects the group's broader goal of uncovering hidden meanings within established religious traditions, demonstrating their belief in a universal spiritual truth underlying all religions. Mystical landscapes and celestial imagery also feature prominently in Rosicrucian symbolism. Gardens, mountains, and stars often appear in their texts and rituals, representing spiritual states and aspirations. The garden symbolizes the soul's cultivation and growth, while the mountain represents the arduous ascent toward divine union. Stars, meanwhile, symbolize divine guidance and the eternal nature of the soul. These natural and celestial symbols reinforce the Rosicrucian belief in the interconnectedness of all things and the presence of the divine in the natural world. In addition to their symbolic language, the Rosicrucians employed rituals and initiatory practices to impart their teachings and foster spiritual growth. These rituals often involved symbolic acts, such as the lighting of candles or the drawing of geometric patterns, to represent the aspirant's journey toward enlightenment. Through these practices, members were encouraged to transcend their material limitations and awaken their inner spiritual potential. The initiatory process was designed to mirror the stages of the alchemical transformation, guiding individuals through purification, illumination, and ultimately, unity with the divine. In conclusion, the religious symbolism of the Rosicrucians is a rich and multifaceted tapestry that draws upon a wide range of spiritual traditions and esoteric practices. From the emblem of the rose and cross to alchemical imagery, sacred geometry, and celestial symbolism, their teachings invite a profound exploration of the mysteries of existence and the divine. By blending elements of Christianity, hermeticism, and other mystical traditions, the Rosicrucians created a unique spiritual framework that continues to inspire seekers of wisdom and enlightenment. Their emphasis on personal transformation, spiritual guidance, and the uncovering of hidden truths highlights their enduring legacy as one of history's most enigmatic and influential esoteric societies.